thought Mango
true.
was
But the
medic.
thing is,
not
the
playing-
only at that point nobody had died except at night. You hadn't lynched anybody, so that if
No,
Cop didn't
they
come out, there was
lynched
no
me.
possible way he was
No.
fake Cop.
They had lynched me.
No, but
like,
when T-Tops
not,
came out,
not
No,
playing
two
pro
people were
town
dead.
does not mean I'm playing pro mafia. If I was
Two
planning
people
to
were
like,
dead when he
fake
came out
cop.
as Cop.
if
Yeah,
I was planning to
Thunder
fake
Toss-
cop, I would have done like so much more. If I was mafia, I would have done so much more.
Doesn't
I thought
matter.
we-
It's
I
suspicious.
thought from watching the game, like from the outside after that, that they're like Mafia and they're just trying to get the cop out because they're going to die.
It's only suspicious until I come out as cop.
Hey,
Like
GG
clearly, if I'm
boys, I don't
mafia, I have
time
to do
for
more than
another
just
2.5 hour
fly
game.
underneath.
Let's do another game 3 right now.
I don't have a
Yeah,
2.5
we're waiting
hour
for.
game.
There's a
2 hour
5-minute
game.
break, Tim, where everyone can get some water, go to the bathroom,
Deal's getting rich.
and we're making. Well, no, because all the.
Making money.
Gold coins.
Is Cameron
to fill
playing?
up his mini-
Cameron kept trying to get in.
Yeah,
Cameron
Cameron
can
can
take-
Cameron can
join,
take my
join.
spot
He's,
because
he's not in a game,
Cameron said he's not coming. He said he's playing Dota right now.
Yeah.
He's playing Dota, really.
but he's not.
Yeah, so
There
he
you
just
go.
got pulled into an in-house
He's
Dota
not
versus
out.
another team.
So he's clearly a mafia.
Better
And
than Black
I honestly can't play a 2 hour game, so it's probably not worth my time.
We'll just kill you early, man. No problem.
There you go.
Hopefully, we won't have another 45-minute day one, because really,
Yes.
it was all
Yeah,
the day one.
I can honestly play if like we put time limits, but if we don't, then I can't sit till 3 a.m. I gotta interview tomorrow.
Has anyone figured out like a good time limit? Like I don't think the time limit.
Don't worry, we don't need
32
time.
minutes.
Anything over
We don't
half
need
an
it.
hour.
We don't
anything
need it.
Yeah, I was
over
gonna say
half
like
an hour.
35.
We don't need it. We don't need a time limit. Trust me. We won't need
I
it.
think the
We
biggest
People are
don't
on a
need it,
rampage this
but
game.
Over half an hour just sucks.
No, we don't need a
people
time
are
limit.
tired.
We won't need one. High five, Tim.
We won't need a
High
time
five.
limit. Jason, we
Yeah.
won't need a time limit.
Yo,
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
it is-
all right, we're all back. We're back. Ready? So
Neil's
are we
good.
gonna do the
Better
exact
than
same
the
thing,
element
4-1-1 with a Miller, or do we just want to do 4-1-1?
The same
I
as last
think
time.
either
is fine.
4-1-1 or 3-1-1.
That was the best game we played in a very long time.
Yeah,
so
the same.
I
The same
really-
No, it
format was
wasn't.
last time. Seemed fine.
You didn't like
It
that?
won. It was a great game.
No.
I thought it
Okay,
was
well,
a good
why don't
game.
we?
Wilson
No,
died
no,
day
let's
one.
not talk about which games are great. Let's talk about what we currently want to use for the format. So what
Oh,
format are we using?
4-1-1.
The same format as
4-1-1.
last was fine.
4-1-1 with the Miller. That's what we're doing. Okay,
Yeah.
guys? Cool. For those of you that don't know, Miller is someone who, when the cop checks them, they read as Mafia, even though they're town, and they do not know that they are
We're
Miller.
running standard kill power.
No, 1 kill power for Mafia.
Ooh.
T-Toss, what else did you check?
15, right?
Okay.
I
Because you only
checked.
ended up with one, right?
I checked Carlton, Ryan, Shindigs, Jace, or sorry,
Tragic.
Drazik,
Razak.
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
Phil.
Julian.
And then Phil.
And Phil.
And Phil.
Then he died.
Okay, I
Yeah, I
am
feel like I can
assigning
watch the-
roles right now.
Who were you gonna check if you're still alive? Last
You.
day.
So can everyone go to sleep while I assign roles, please?
I'm not tired.
Just turn off your monitor then, or your webcam.
Sports.
Sorry.
Can you guys kill your videos feeds? Unctious, Eric, and Tim? Or did you just walk away?
Yeah, they're AFK.
Well, that's lovely. Shindigs, kill your video. Eric, kill your video. Shindigs and Eric, you're killing esports. So we have to wait for a little while. Thank you for screwing up everything. So everyone has been. Actually, I'm assigning roles right now because I rolled them out but didn't finish assigning them. Okay, we're just waiting on Mafia to confirm their kill. I would like everyone to please check Skype for just to make sure that you have gotten your roles.
Just to be clear, is Skype update ready an official role or not?
I don't understand what you're talking about.
He's making a bad joke.
Okay.
Kind of like this.
Esports. Werewolf.
Your mom.
Hmm. Sorry for the delay, guys. We're having some technical difficulties. Okay, so finally, everyone wakes up except for T-Toss. Sorry about all that complications and mess. T-Toss is dead, everyone else is alive.
A pretty obvious kill.
All right. Just
Yeah.
because he was the one that died, I'd like to start by saying, who would have killed T-Toss?
I would.
Oh, let's not do this.
In honor of the
Like-
toss.
Yeah.
Phil, is that going off track? Phil, is that going
They-
off track?
The thing
He
is,
was
last
the
game
cop,
though,
had a good
he was absolutely onto something, and everybody was like, "No, that doesn't matter," and it totally mattered. So like, don't just discount like who would vote for who, because it always matters until the
Hey,
game where somebody
Carlton.
brings it up.
I'm not going to
Like, it
argue
doesn't
with
matter.
you about that at
Carlton.
all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I respect your opinion, but you're a dumbass, and that's full of fucking shit. I'm being T-tossed right now. Going about it was antagonizing everybody, and then saying that they're playing bad, and then even if he's on something, that's shitty town play because you're just turning everyone against you, and he was the cop, so that would
Yeah,
make
I totally suspected
was a
him
mess.
last game.
I mean, Tim,
Yeah, let's
as someone
not
who
do
always
that.
wants to like look forward, do you want to start talking about last game? Because I can give thoughts too, but I think we should move
I don't
on.
want to talk about last game. I'm just
Right,
saying,
right. I think we should just drop it.
done.
And drop the thing about like who would kill Titos. Anyone would want to kill Titos in this game.
Yeah, we did the same thing last game. We killed someone that we didn't think the medic would save, and that's a good player, right? Like,
Yeah. And although I was the medic in the first game and saved Titos, I don't think someone would do this game. So anyone could have gone for him.
Okay, let's get this started.
What do you have to say
Carlton.
then?
What's up,
Peter, welcome
Peter?
to the game.
What's up, Peter?
Yeah,
How
let's
you
do
doing?
Peter.
Good, man.
Peter.
How are you?
Welcome.
What's up?
Are you in a different location?
No, it's just more brightly lit, actually.
Okay.
I
Dude,
love
I-
that.
I moved
Always-
my
always be
webcam
like that.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
that's
webcam
what
looks a lot better now, by the way.
Alan should do that too.
Yeah, that was a Proton move. Alan, you're behind.
All right. So seeing as I haven't played with Jordan, I don't know anything about him.
Neither
Well,
do we.
Oh,
Other than
Yeah.
his
Wait,
We don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
anything
You
either.
don't know how he plays his town yet.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not Mafia this game, though, so.
Aha.
Okay.
You're dead.
Ryan, why did you say that? I mean, okay. Why did you say that's a pretty obvious kill? Like I understand the logic behind it, but I don't understand there's something a little off about you coming out and saying that first thing.
Me?
Yeah.
The reason why, I mean, he's just such a good talent. I mean, he's won the game twice in a row, so I could see why Mafia would vote him off originally. I wasn't trying to point myself and
He
put
didn't win
myself
last
in the
game, but-
spotlight.
He
Right,
was
but
named
borderline
for
winning.
reason that it was
Just
even-
saying, he's an extremely strong player.
He's a strong player. Yeah.
Hey,
He's a strong player.
Right.
pretty obvious kill.
Guys, it's
I mean,
9:30.
he was the first kill the first game of the night. So
Oh yeah, you had a
Sure.
shitty announcement to make.
Yeah.
He was the first attempted kill. Yeah. What's the
No,
announcement?
Is he getting
It's
naked?
not
I
an
like
announcement.
I like the pressure Peter down.
What's Kimball
Airdrop.
doing?
He's
Airdrop,
jumping. He's
airdrop.
committing suicide. He's Mafia.
he's in
I really-
Anaheim.
I respect what he's doing. We put pressure on people. Let's
Hold
go.
on.
Looking at,
Is it?
No, just keep talking.
What the?
He's in
Yeah.
Anaheim right now. So
looking at floodlight.
I actually,
Fireworks.
I actually thought it was suspicious of Ribo saying that as well. As soon as the day started, just that's something like a nervous mafia says. Like
Oh,
after they kill
fireworks.
someone.
I'm not nervous, man.
I don't know.
So every game I ever play of Mafia, I make myself make a gut read in the first 5 seconds. I just pick one
What is
person.
yours?
And right now it's Rivo. That was my 5 second.
I thought you were gonna say you made the wrong decision at the last minute. Always.
Who had
You've
one?
never,
Oh,
you've
okay,
never
okay.
talked about this before.
Okay, so before we're gonna go off on a shindigs rant and just start voting me off for me saying that it's an obvious kill, it is an obvious kill. That's all I said.
I wouldn't kill
Yeah, I
Rival.
agree.
For the
Who
record.
was
That's
a good?
all
Who's
I
a good?
said.
Who had
Yeah.
a really nice
I feel like
gut
another
feel
thing
last
is
week
happening.
on Eric?
Just because I spoke first doesn't mean that it should be immediately suspicious.
I'm reading
Brian
like
Moore.
Julian all over again here. Like the guy, like I saying that T-Toss is a good kill is not an absurd notion. That's my 2 cents. Keep on going
well,
forward with
they're
this.
not talking about the notion. They're talking about the fact that he had to bring it up. Is what they're talking about.
It was so obvious that there was no need to mention.
Okay.
That's
Well,
what Mega
I
was
honestly
saying,
think I think it's an okay Mafia play, but it's a dangerous one. You know what I mean? Like he's a really good first medic save too, and
I move we drop the subject of saying Thunder Toss is an obvious kill.
I think we should move away from Thunder Toss. Wow.
I'd like to hear a little bit from
Oh fuck me! Disneyland
Bryzilla.
fireworks. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
fireworks.
Yeah, I can't do anything about the sound. I could call Disneyland and tell them to just not do it tonight. I don't know if I can get them to stop in time.
Are we sure those aren't his gunshots?
Heard Rigor say that he makes like a snap
5
gun
second
in 5
gunshot.
seconds.
Right.
Never heard it. Never heard that
I don't
before.
talk about like I said last game. There are things that I tell, and then there are also things that I write down that I don't tell.
By the way, I
Okay,
think
well,
it would have been a good idea to. Did you end up making or telling us what your town circle was?
No,
I don't think that.
doesn't
Yeah.
because
No, last game he was doing that like this person, this person, this person, this person.
Yeah, but he left out the part about the townies, right?
That was last game.
It's last
Fuck
game.
it.
Can we
Last
please
game.
I know, I
move
was just-
on
I
from
was
the
looking
last
forward.
game? I
We're
don't
looking
want
forward.
someone
Good
to keep talking
information.
about this.
God damn it,
Shut
new
up, let's
guy.
move on.
Fucking
Sorry,
new guy.
Seriously.
When you were Mafia
Thanks,
first
thanks.
game and you wanted to vote off Thundertoss, who was the person that suggested it first?
Mango.
Drazik.
Mango, I think. No, because
Why
Mango
are we
said
talking about this?
I don't know, but if you're
Are we
gonna
still
talk
talking
about
about this?
Yeah, I don't know why we're
Can we
talking
move
about
on?
this.
Can we
Guys,
move
I'm
on?
100% town, and I was fucking lynched like Thunder Toss just in the morning. Like I just
I wanted
Come
to
on,
lynch the
let's-
We're
toss
not-
from watching outside, but it doesn't matter.
let's.
If
let's
we're not
do-
going to pick
okay.
apart small suspicions, then why don't we go with big ones? Tim,
Let's do
who
it.
do you want to lynch?
You don't lynch right now, Tim.
I don't want to say. I don't want to say right
You
now.
don't wanna say.
I will
You don't
tell
wanna say
you
right now.
who is reading Mad Suspicious, but I won't tell you who I want to lynch.
Okay,
What is-
so who's reading Mad Suspicious
Okay,
to
not
you?
Mad Suspicious, but like Inkling Suspicion, just a bit of Mango, just a bit.
Oh, Mango's playing
support
this
that.
game.
Because I came out on Ribo? Is that why? Because that's the only thing I've said so far.
I mean, just this is what I got. This is what I'm going off of. I'm starting from somewhere, so let's just say that you can write it down in your notes. I want people to write this down in their notes. I'm just an Inkling.
Can I just say that like we mislynched Mango like last week, like pretty early on, and also this week. So like
We also
I
lost
don't-
Mango
Sorry.
Fade Cop last week.
I don't know.
Sorry,
that,
Mango.
That isn't really like last
still
week and this
here,
week don't really contribute to like.
I
you know,
have
Doesn't-
reasons why I
So,
can suspect
it's,
Mango,
it's
but I'll
been
talk about
early
it after the game.
lynches. We're
Doesn't
we're lynching him
matter, though.
early, and we're not lynching him late when he is Mafia.
Well, we're not
So
lynching
I
him
think-
right now. He's just.
I know. I just like to say that we should be more cautious of like
Lynching him and
of
not
how
else.
we read Mango.
Phil, what's your thoughts?
I wanted to support Shindigs in that Mango accusation. But, I mean, Kimball brought up a great point, and now I'm just thinking about it. It's just like, well, why did Mango get lynched last game? Well, he was kind of just sitting there doing nothing throughout the whole game. And first game, he was doing that too.
No, last game I was watching from the outside. He got lynched because he pushed for T-Toss, who was the
Oh, that's
cop.
right. But he's
Yeah.
still like, he
But
wasn't
he had a
at the
good
head of the
defense.
town at all. So,
I mean, I don't understand why I have to be at the head of the town every single game. Like,
because that's what you do.
that's
You're
actually
used
bad.
to
That's
seeing
actually
it,
bad
so.
for the Mafia game.
You set up though, Mango. You set up yourself in that pedestal. So like you push the town for wins, and then when you don't do it, people are like, oh wait, he's not acting that way. Maybe he's Mafia. You know,
Well, no,
it's your own fault.
Like
for-
the other
for
thing
being like
is
that.
like we have to develop like our own town skill to like lead the discussion.
I
as
said
well,
that.
right?
I said the last game. I said the last
So-
game that since people are speaking more, he doesn't. He
So,
don't
like,
have to do that.
Like I don't
game.
really agree with either Tim or.
I said it's an Inkling.
Phil.
You wanna
Okay.
get something
Okay.
off me? Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
just an initial read. Initial read's gonna be wrong. It doesn't matter.
Bill, what was your
I-
role
I
first?
haven't-
Just, I'm sorry, random question.
Cop.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you.
I think I'm gonna go see a movie right now. It's called 20,000 Blinks.
Carlton, it's so good of you to join us. I actually haven't heard you speak in a long time.
I've been talking this whole game. Have you not been listening?
Yeah.
No, I just meant in general.
Oh, okay.
He just
Yeah.
missed you.
He misses you.
I
Oh.
miss you. Actually, I hadn't heard anything you said before this, but
Oh, yeah.
what did you say before that?
Oh, I was talking. Well, I was talking first of all about the T-Toss thing, and then I was talking about when Mango and somebody else were talking about Ryan, and I talked about another thing, and then I was just bringing up the fact that Eric was blinking like crazy just now.
Okay. Hmm.
So, do you give credence to my my blink theory? Is that
It
what
worked
you're
last
saying?
time.
Well, last time he was blinking like crazy, and it got brought up, and he was Mafia, and nobody voted him out, and he won.
We can't let that happen twice.
Let's not talk about that game because
No,
Mango,
but earlier tonight,
You have
earlier tonight, it was brought up that he wasn't blinking, and he wasn't. So this game
It
starts
goes
off,
down.
and he's just like. So it's something that needed to be brought up. Like,
You're fucking killing me.
Let me.
I get blamed too much for like not saying things when I see them, and like, oh, Carlton's so quiet early game. So I'm like, no, if I see something now, I'm going to bring it up.
Can
Why
I
did you
say?
say that? Did you
I
ask to
take
get
the
killed?
meta to a whole new level because now I have to be like cognizant of how many times I blink per second.
Hold on,
Just
hold on.
try harder. Just
That's
try
it,
harder. to not be Mafia.
Eric,
Not how you play.
last game
Try to
you
not be
barely
Mafia.
blunk at all, but your blinks per second were pretty fast. I actually
I think all of us keep track of our
BPM.
blinks. So
Your BPS, yeah.
your BPS. So you didn't blink a lot, but your BPS was pretty fast. So I was suspicious of you.
Well,
Stop
let's-
it.
Let's
But
just
you
put
did play well.
Hey, let's just put it
You did
this
play
way.
well.
Everybody thinks I'm blinking like crazy this game. You're gonna find out that I'm town. So we'll just end this fucking thing altogether.
So we're voting.
Maybe you
Ready?
aren't.
Right?
But there was no formal.
I'm blinking.
I see what you did there.
You're joking, guys.
I see
You're
what you
joking.
did there.
For no. One blink for yes, two blinks for no on Eric. Okay, 1, 2.
So, do we have a formal anywhere, guys?
Formal on Neil. Formal on Neil.
New guy, how's it going today?
It's good, man. I'm town this game.
Congratulations.
Really, you said same thing last game, though.
New guy, I couldn't help but notice that you have some Mafia scum on the bottom of your shoes.
No, I don't have Mafia scum. This
Can we talk about that? Would you like to?
You have Mafia scum.
Got him.
Oh, he's done.
Shit.
No, he would know. You were Mafia Brothers last game.
No, Unctious was Mafia.
I wasn't Mafia.
He was fake.
I said
claiming-
he was Mafia.
He was fake claiming medic.
He was,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
fuck.
he did that
Fake
medic
claiming
thing.
cop, man. That was.
That's basically Mafia.
Fake claiming
No,
medic.
sorry.
outside of me, who
No,
you
fake
reading?
claiming medic was a good move.
It was a
Take
great
it back
move.
last game.
It was just countered by a worse move.
Dude,
Yeah. Move on. Move on.
All right, guys, we're
Still,
Yeah,
still this game.
guys, we're taking time.
Accusations have been on me so far. Peter, Ryan, and Mango have thought I've been suspicious. I want to know who else Mango think is
Why
suspicious.
should he?
Actually, that's a good thing to
Rival?
do. Who's suspicious of Ribo? Who would vote for Ribo right now?
I would.
I would too.
I would oftentimes vote for Rival.
Do we have a formal on
I
Rival?
don't think.
No, we don't have a formal. I'm just thinking about.
Can we get a formal?
So I
on someone?
think
he wants-
Why?
Well,
I want to hear from some of these people. Why?
I don't
here's
Why
my
yes or why no?
Why? Yes.
I haven't deflected
I'll start
anything from me, so
like. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think absolutely. Like there's not enough there wasn't enough information. It was just something really weird that I thought. But like by getting a head check, like I think Kimball, Jordan, Tim, and
I voted.
Ryan Moore. No, people that
No, I don't vote.
didn't vote. I mean, like we should actually look at people that voted and didn't vote, but it doesn't seem like it's a good.
I saw more hands raised than not raised.
I mean,
Wait,
it's also
Ryan-
not a real vote. I mean,
Well, right, it's not
Or-
a real vote, but like.
So you were just trying to glean.
Well, no. If more people are in favor of it, like it's not a contestable vote, is what I'm trying to say. So
I
I,
mean,
don't
is this-
like. I think Ribo is.
Just from my
Well-
personal points, like he said something dumb and people pressured him, and to me it looked like he cracked under pressure and didn't like look as really down instead of not down.
So
what am I supposed to say?
You're more sure that he's
was
Mafia
it was
than
an
not?
obvious. I thought it was a good kill.
I was not as suspicious as I wasn't suspicious about what you said about Undertoss. I know he was a good kill. I didn't think you had to mention it, but whatever, you did. But people pressured you for it, and the way you tried to defend yourself, from myself at least, didn't sound convincing at all.
I don't even
Like-
think I really even defended myself. All I said was, and exactly what I just said was that I thought it was a good kill.
What? Yeah, but did you like what are you saying after what was said? Like, didn't convince me. That's why you had to vote for
I
someone
mean,
right now.
guys, I really truly appreciate the pressure, but I'm 100% town. So I really think that we need to look at other people right now. Like I pressured a lot of people last game and it works, but I promise you I'm 100% town. Like I always said,
buy his defense right now.
all I said was that T-Toss was a good kill. And if you guys want to lynch somebody for that, I think that's a terrible move.
I figured it was just like irrelevant. Like it
Exactly.
doesn't really matter either.
Wasn't trying to. What does that even prove? I don't. know what that
The only
proves.
thing I felt from that whole discussion was that Brigor was getting a bad read, like
a gut feel.
A gut feel, but
I'll talk about that. That's just what I do at the beginning of Mafia. At the beginning of Mafia games, I just pick somebody. Like last game, it was Drazik, and I mean I'm not always right, but I just throw down my gut read because I like to look at it. And if they're still around at the end of the game, then that's who I usually want to vote for. That being said, if you want to hear another gut read, be it good or not, Eric has been making a meal of his thumb for the past like 10 minutes. And
Wow.
like I always chew on my fingernails when I'm nervous, and he's been doing it super hardcore. And Carlton's
That's
been
good to
talking about
know.
blinks. I'm a big body language guy. Eric, you're coming across a little body language wise.
While we're talking about body reads, I just want to say that Phil's been smiling a lot more this game than he was last game, and not like,
Yeah.
but he seems a lot more comfortable.
You talk about resting Mafia face again.
So are you
Yeah,
saying
he
he's
has
not
just
Mafia then?
resting white guy face, just normal.
So you're saying he's not as Mafia as last game? Is that what you're saying?
You look like such a white guy right now.
I don't know.
You're
He
saying
was
he's
smirking
safe.
last game.
You're saying he's safe right now?
As fellow Mafia last game, he always like was smirking, and I'm
No.
surprised no one mentioned it.
He smirks and stuff, but like his resting face now is like slightly curled up, whereas before it was like slightly a little bit grumpier.
Well, he's safe to you right now, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
we're calling out reads early on.
I have
Alright.
the safe read on Phil as
I
well.
thought you were like saying he was smirking because the whole thing. Yeah.
Hey, Mango.
But
Mango,
I do
Mango,
think that
Mango.
Eric is looking suspicious too.
Mango. How do you feel about
Mango.
Eric?
Eric, I don't know. He just seems
So-
really tired, and he kind of looks like how I feel right now. I'm just really tired.
Not to like try to defend him, but Eric's been really jittery like all tonight. So the fact that he's moving around a lot, I don't think anyone
we
should
did
take anything
like
from
learn
that.
that he was sick. Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah,
so it's not
yeah.
really-
Fucking, it's all the
Let's not
medication.
put too much into that,
I just
guys.
want
Like,
to say
what
that I
else
bite
do?
my nails all the fucking time.
I do too, bro. I'm in the exact same boat. Like
I don't know if you guys can tell, but my nails are shit.
yeah, I couldn't scratch off a lottery ticket if my life depended on
I'm
it.
the same way. I can't open it.
You can use a coin, you know.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, with my
medic,
fingernails.
his life is on the line. Don't tell him that.
Despite that,
Can Medic
Mango.
save? Sorry, can Medic save Eric right now? He's a bit sick.
Jason, what were you saying?
I just said like I saw you raise your hand against Rival. Now I just asking about Eric. Which one would you choose right now if you had to choose one of those?
Rival.
Eric or Rival? Rival.
Still Rival. Yeah.
You're Rival.
Are you saying
I
rival
mean,
because
pretty
I'm
much-
super suspicious or because
No,
I'm a
no,
crappy
so-
town?
So after I think Kimball was the first one that called you out on you coming out about
No.
Cross.
No, it was me.
It wasn't.
No, it was- yeah, it was Peter.
Oh, it was
called me
Peter.
out.
My bad. Okay. So and then after Peter, like I actually thought the same thing, but he actually came out first and said it. So that's pretty much the only reason. And I didn't think your defense was especially that strong either. It was more like a non-defense.
Yeah, that.
I don't know how to defend myself by just saying it was a good kill. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean it's
not
a very
good to you,
it's a
so I
very
don't-
minor thing. But I've done it before as Mafia as well. Like
Well, his
after I
defense
kill
wasn't
someone-
like suspicious or anything.
If I was Mafia, I would have stayed under the radar a lot more than trying to put more suspicion on me. So like after the topic changed, I even asked Peter and Ryan and you. I was gonna ask Peter who else he thought was suspicious, and my reasoning kind of is because I know I'm town, so I want to find out who else kind of agrees with them. Since
I'm just
you-
like not that worried about Rival right now.
And
I just want to say that Rival's defense was not suspicious or anything.
Mango, Peter, and Ryan kind of jumped on me within like the first 10 seconds. Like that's more suspicious to me than me saying T-Toss was a good kill. I mean,
I think it's
No,
very
I think
unlikely that a Mafia would band together like that aggressively.
Right.
That
No,
hard,
I
that
mean, like,
early. Come on.
think about like last game.
But Mango, Bregor, and Peter on a kind of safe list.
Sure, but I wanna hear who else they think are suspicious. So that's why I was asking. Like I started with
I
Peter.
mean,
Said,
so-
other than myself, who do you think is suspicious?
So other than Ribo, I would say right now Rob. I don't know.
Let's kill him. Formal
Yeah,
Rob.
fuck that guy. Get him.
Formal on Rob. Rob, defend.
Please, Mafia.
Guys,
Whoa.
guys, shut up. Let him defend.
Whoa.
Defend.
Being formal on me for my actions. I don't know what I did necessarily to be anti-town. To go for the actions that have happened so far in the game, people kind of went on to Ribo immediately, and I was very forthcoming in saying, don't really see why he was coming on Ribo. I understood the comment he was saying. It made sense to me, the idea of T-Toss being killed. Carlton pointed out that it was a better idea, that it was so blatantly obvious that it was a basically non sequitur, no information. So it was just pointless, and it was something that a nervous Mafia would make. Between when the discussion shifted over to Eric, I'm a little bit like right now his fingers in his mouth. I'm a little bit more just, even though he's sick, and I came to his defense on that. Like I think that's more of a tell for me. Then Phil's getting grilled a little bit, and I came to his defense saying that I didn't really think he was too Mafia. At this point, I was actually waiting for this immediate thing. I didn't want to derail an actual thing going on, but I was going to ask Shindigs if he had someone he was ready to like target on and just move forward with.
I got a list.
Well, I think Shindigs brought up me. before.
No, he brought up you too. Yeah. At this point, I haven't heard anything from Peter since like the initial just like couple of seconds of the game. And new guy, I want to hear more about just his reads at the moment, not like last game him being Mafia and him being scumbag Mafia now. I want to hear so far the pieces that have
I'm
moved.
pretty sure I've been contributing more than you have.
No, I'm not saying that you haven't been contributing, because I know I had very few actions in the game. I just wanted to hear more about things that was outside of the first couple.
So I mentioned your name, Rob, only because you're quiet, not because I thought you were super suspicious. And it's actually more suspicious that so many people just all of a sudden like jumped on the.
Are we all Mafia, Mango?
So many people
I'm just saying it was a crazy reaction.
Why do I count 12 people in this Mafia chat?
Who jumped?
I think it's because.
No, that's a really
jumped
good point.
immediately, but
Does anyone else
really
have
good point.
the same thing
are
as
we
defense or
gonna
against
vote on
him?
me or rescind or?
All right,
I'm
well,
not ready to vote against
okay, so
Rob.
I threw the formal, so all I gotta say is that was a great defense. I'm sure God would love to hear it.
Excellent. All right. Does anyone
What?
does anyone else have anything they want to say in favor or against him?
I just want to say that I think team's going for him because he's being quiet so far in the game, and he's being as quiet as.
Okay, so clearly no one has anything they want to say.
In my own self-defense, I will say
would
I
like to
respect Shindig's go get him attitude. I just think that at this point, this early in the game, it's actually more detrimental.
Okay,
but
voting.
I mean, I like Tim's attitude, but like that just came out of nowhere. The formal on Raw.
How many?
We can settle this with. The
I don't want to
vote.
give him asylum either, though. Like,
Can we vote on
Right, you're gonna give me asylum for the round.
Shindigs is not going to rescind. Look at that
He's
hand.
not going to
He's
rescind.
not.
Okay,
not
so
rescinding.
I don't think there's any more discussion to be had on the topic. We're voting in 3,
Well,
2, 1, vote. 2.
Formal new guy.
All right.
Formal
I
new
just
guy,
wanna
formal new
say,
guy, formal new guy. Nope.
Okay.
Guys,
Yeah, you're formaling me, so now I get to say stuff.
No, he gets to talk now. No, you're
Yeah.
fine. He gets to
on a
talk at least.
spear.
So-
Putting everyone's head on a spear. The new guy is dead. I don't care what he has to say. He only talks when prompted to. Nothing personal, man. But next week,
Sorry.
I think you'll learn. So let's do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that I didn't vote for Rob, but I do think he's playing very similar to last game. Whether you can take that how it is, but when he gave his defenses last game, it was kind of the same thing. Like, yeah, you can vote me off, but this. So that could be taken to note. I don't think Rybo was that suspicious as everyone was saying. I didn't vote for him. Other than maybe Rob, even though I didn't vote, I felt like that vote wasn't going to pass, so I didn't vote. I think the other Ryan, MLG Ryan, it's been a little weird this game. The instant accusation on Rybo, a couple people were already on Rybo. Either he jumped with or he had the same feelings. Nobody knows. And then Peter and Carlton spoke up early, and other than someone asked about Peter after that, and he said some stuff, but other than that,
Jesus loves
Wait,
everyone,
why-
even new people.
I'm gonna say Rob and MLG Ryan are my two.
I would like to
so
say
far.
that if this doesn't go through, I would like to preemptively formal
Yeah.
Shindigs.
Yeah,
No, I would like to follow Alan. No, Alan, fuck you. You've been quiet as shit the entire game. You're fucking dead. You are seriously fucking
No,
dead. I'm
guys,
not
formal
no,
goes
shut
first.
up.
Fuck
We're
off.
still. You
I'm
can't
not
go on
letting
to
you-
the next
We're
formal
still-
until this one's
wanna-
over with.
I want to bring up something that actually has.
I'm ready.
Wait, I want to ask Jordan a question real quick. Jordan, you said you didn't vote for Rob because it didn't look like it was going to go through.
That's
Yeah,
the
like
worst
I
move that
felt like
someone
it's
ever.
I
That's
felt like
dumb.
it's suspicious, but I think it still should have been rescinded. And
But you
that's
said
why I
you didn't vote for him because
Yeah, that's what he
was
just
going to
said.
pass.
I didn't
Yeah,
vote
exactly.
because I didn't think he was like you couldn't say
So are
whether
you
he's
just gonna
mafia
vote
or
with-
not mafia.
Are
Like
you
I
just
think
gonna
it's
vote with the
suspicious, but
crowd
I don't
then,
think
or-
I think we should still be going and trying to get more information before we vote on somebody like that.
Okay. Does anyone else
Um,
have something to say in his favor or his defense?
I don't.
I'm
I don't
down.
think
For her,
On
against
his
him?
favor and his
Don't
defense,
kill
the
me.
same thing. Against him, I just want to say it was really dumb. You say you didn't vote because you thought it was best.
like
And
I
you said
didn't.
he was the mafia. So
I
like,
said I
if
think
everyone
he
else
might
thinks
be
like you,
mafia.
his the vote's not never going to go past.
I said I think he's mafia, and then Shindigs had his hand up, and No one else is going to vote. I think it should have been rescinded, but I still think Rob is someone to look at.
Okay,
This is why I didn't vote.
voting in 3, 2, 1, vote.
Form on Alan. Form on
Formal
Alan.
Tim. Formal Tim. I said it already. Formal Tim.
This is dumb. Have to
we
make
vote
a
on
way to.
formal. This is
dumb.
This is crazy, guys. We're not gonna get
Like the way
anywhere.
to select this.
Guys, you want to fucking win his town? Then we kill the fucking quiet motherfuckers as long as it fucking takes until they start talking, okay?
If you want to win this town, you kill the people who are not letting us
Shut
discuss
the fuck
anything.
up, Alan. You are dead.
Alan,
You are
you did
dead.
cost us
I
the
don't
game.
care. You cost us the
this
game
is the
three
same-
too many times.
No,
You're dead. You're dead.
You
You
played-
think I
no,
got
this
you
is-
level
He did
people?
say it first. Alan, formal defense.
Are you kidding?
Actually, Alan said it first.
He gave the preemptive.
Definitely
before.
said
You can't
Okay.
preemptive. That's
You want me to
that's
lay down
After, while the hands were up, he said it.
You want me to lay down the law?
What can we do if Tim's just gonna keep spamming it?
Hey, do you want to know what I did? It's
Vote
been
him off.
like almost
Tim,
20
I'm
minutes
not
since we
trying to hear
started.
from you. Shut the fuck up. Holy shit.
Well, we need to discuss the fact
I
that
think
it was
most
like
of
the
them are
first
town
like
personally.
7 or 8 minutes of that were all like jokey and nothing really happened, and then we
Yeah.
had like 6 minutes of talk, and then we had we're killing them.
Yeah, the rest was just him fucking spamming the shit out of everybody.
That's
I
just
mean,
not, like,
so
I think
honestly,
both Alan and Tim are
I
town.
think
honestly, I don't really like how aggressive Shindig is. Like, I like him pushing town along.
I
but-
understand what he's doing, but he's not doing
but-
it very well.
So it
right.
well,
but
he's
yeah,
not pushing
I
I had to
anywhere.
take
choose.
over last game, and I ended up formaling 2 people, which one of them was Jason, who was Town, who we voted off because it was obvious that Town wanted blood, and so let's not do this again.
I think we need to take a step back. I mean, this is ridiculous.
I think we
But
should go back
Alan-
to Eric because
Alan
there's a lot of
is
suspicion
again
earlier.
quiet. He's a hard read, and he ended up being the lynch that lost us the game last game.
But we still can't even look at this. It's this game now. It's a new game, and he hasn't had much of an opportunity
Right.
when to say anything useful.
None of us have barely had
Foolishness
anything to
voted
say
for Rob,
because half
and
the game
Ryan
Tim was just
voted.
yelling at
Ryan
people.
voted for Alan. Okay.
What
If that
voted
brings
what?
any light to it.
No, Ryan
Foolishness
voted
for
for Rob. Ryan voted for
me.
Alan.
Where's the formal?
Oh, for
Is it on me or Alan?
Thatchy.
It's on Alan. Neil said it's on Alan.
I said it was
So
on
use the
Alan
mod.
earlier. I'm
Neil,
confused.
Neil owns
I'm not
it.
voting.
All right.
It's on Alan.
I'm not voting either. This is
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep
You're
doing until
going vote
everyone's
right now?
exonerated.
All
Hey,
right,
Town,
voting
Town,
on
you either
Alan
kill
in
me.
3,
Town, you
2,
either kill
1.
me
Vote
or
on
just
formal
Alan.
shindigs. Formal shindigs. Formal
Formal
shindigs.
shindigs.
Vote
Formal
failed.
shindigs.
Shindigs
All right.
is formaled by Rob.
I got my defense. All right.
Go for it.
This town is a piece of shit.
Holy
Okay,
shit.
voting on
Quiet.
Shindigs.
Hold on, Neil. I got the fucking floor. I'm gonna do this for an hour if I have to.
No,
Every
no,
week
you
we
won't.
say, Neil, I swear to God, I will just start streaming and just start talking. Okay? So here's the thing.
Doesn't
Every
matter.
fucking week we say we'll kill the quiet people. Now, okay, I understand we're gonna kill quiet people, right? We start the new
Yeah.
game. Maybe the quiet people will change. Maybe things will be different. Maybe everything's gonna be better. It's a new game, right, Rob? It's a new game.
You didn't give them a chance to be quiet.
We have too
Dude,
many
seriously,
fucking.
we
Give them a
talked
chance to
for
be
like
quiet.
5
Hey, do you know
minutes
what
and-
takes chance to be quiet? Time. We don't have fucking time. We're gonna kill the quiet people. You listen to me.
They weren't
we lose
quiet yet.
valiantly. Pussies, okay? We're gonna lose valiantly, even if we're killing quiet people. So I don't give a
They
shit.
weren't
I don't.
quiet
you know what?
yet.
Hey,
You know-
What's
Let
the
us
point
get
of
some good
talking so much
information
that you're
from your-
disruptive for the town? Because we've now.
I'm not being disruptive in the town. Rob, seriously. You think this is disruptive? You guys are gonna fuck yourselves again like
We're
you
not
fucked
talking about
yourselves for
anything else but
14
you.
weeks.
You're the only person we're talking about now because you've derailed any sort of other argument.
I'm not
besides you.
derailing. I'm making action. We're gonna formal fucking someone. If you
No,
guys
no.
vote me off, you guys are
Shindigs,
seriously
you have
the
currently
worst
been
Mafia
formal.
players.
Does anyone have anything to say for or against
It's
Shindigs?
still my fucking defense, Neil. It's still my
Yes.
fucking defense. Okay, Neil.
No,
it's my
you
defense.
don't. You don't have the defense.
Voting on Shindigs in 3, 2, 1. Vote on Shindigs. Sorry, Shindigs, you're
Dude.
dead.
That's not how.
Valiant effort, but you didn't have
No,
a chance.
sleep.
I just
Sleep.
lost my window. Hold up.
Find your window, kill it.
Fuck. Okay.
Okay, that was an interesting day 1. So, Mafia Medic, Cop.
Fucking idiot.
Neil, Chad is saying that the vote failed. By the way,
It's I don't care. Just let it go.
No,
Doesn't
I thought
matter.
it was pretty heavy.
I don't want to give any wrong impressions. If it passed, then it's cool. Like just the game.
Yeah, if Tim had his hand up, he voted for himself. That's allowed. He killed himself then. Fine.
I think he was just flicking everybody off, but
It was overwhelmingly against Shindigs. He's dead. It's fine.
I'm voluntarily killing myself because let's just drop it.
Okay, let's have everyone wake up except for Phil. Phil is dead.
So what I want to say is that I don't for a second think that Tim was Mafia.
Me neither.
No, okay. Despite what
I
Neil
voted.
said earlier in the stream, like that was actually a very contested vote. So
Yeah.
everyone, yeah.
Really?
Did you vote, Unctuous?
I thought it was half-half.
I voted.
I think it was a
I
go.
simply,
I don't think he was doing
simply
anything with Rob.
voted because I couldn't hear, like I couldn't even hear myself think. at the
Well, I
time.
just didn't think there was nothing positive coming from what was happening. Like
Right.
there wasn't enough gameplay that round, I think, to justify killing quiet people yet. Because I don't think there were like people who were overwhelmingly quiet. Like there just wasn't enough time and enough actual gameplay to say who was quiet and who wasn't.
I mean, I follow Team idea. I know what he's trying to do. And I was talking to him in personal chat, like before this game. But I don't think that was the right way to do it. Like, I think if we wait a little more, like maybe 5 or 10 more minutes, it would be like a 20, 25 minutes mark. And if the people that he pushed for, Rob, Alan, and Jordan, were still quiet, we could push for them, but never that way. That way was just never going to pass.
Yeah, the thing is,
He didn't
the
push
thing-
against Alan until Alan said,
Yeah,
Shindigs, you need to drop it.
but
And
I
that's
still
where it
think
just
he's
became like
talented.
a whirlwind
He
of
was just doing it
destruction.
really stupid.
Yeah,
Because if you vote someone and you think they're mafia, and then no one votes because you're
who
being an
voted for
asshole, then-
Shindigs?
I
I
voted
did.
just based
I
on the
did.
fact that I didn't think
Oh,
it
wait,
was
can you
a
guys,
good
can you
idea.
guys hold your hands up? Keep your hands up.
Oh yeah, me.
Sure.
Now I'll give you
So
100
Carlson,
reasons.
Eric,
7.
Mango,
Peter, you can see your
Kimball.
hands up.
What?
It looks
Peter,
like
yeah,
you're
I
around.
Phil could have.
Phil could have voted too. Yeah.
So Ryan didn't
I
vote for
think Phil
Rob,
voted.
but did vote for Sachi.
I voted for Shindigs as a policy kill.
Yeah,
I did too.
that's
it, was,
exactly
it had
what
nothing
what
to do
policy
with
would that be?
the policy
being
is
too disruptive.
the
Yeah.
way
There's
the way that he was
He was
acting.
clearly town though. Like he was clearly town though. That's why I didn't vote.
Like
Okay.
I don't.
I
Nothing's
agree.
gonna get done with
How
him
is,
here.
how is the game going to continue going with him acting that way?
I
But
don't
we
think he
couldn't
was
discuss
clearly
anything.
town though. I think he was probably town. I don't think he was clearly town, but that wasn't a good idea because it wasn't helping the game, right? Like how are you supposed to
if
find
none
out
of
who's
us can
mafia?
discuss anything, like,
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't
Well, the thing
do
is,
anything.
Because he wasn't going to start off the next day like that. Like he gives it time, and then he starts doing that just because he feels that it's taking too long. So the thing is, like, if we had been able to go on to the next day, we would have gotten more done. And I feel that he was town, and it's one more town to have in the game.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
Mafia's not going to kill him while he's
But-
doing that.
all right. So
because they're
moving
just gonna
moving
flip the
on,
game around.
I want to ask, did we call a vote on Rob last?
We did.
Yes.
Last round you did,
Like,
and
I
only
think
two
only-
people.
Shindigs and
Phil.
Phil
Phil.
voted.
No, he didn't really call a vote though.
No,
like,
it
maybe-
was
No,
No, there was a
formal.
vote. It was a formal
Our
vote.
first.
No, you're asking
formal.
we as a town or team as a vindicator.
it was just him. It wasn't
It was
us.
just
It
him.
wasn't
It was-
us.
Tim
No,
and
like-
Phil are the only two that
Tim and
voted for
Phil.
Rob.
Mango
So-
said like I want to hear more about Rob or something like that, and he was like formal Rob.
Yeah,
That's how
but
it
there
went.
was a vote. There was a vote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
a vote,
okay.
definitely.
It
Definitely
It was
was a
just
vote.
him.
Phil,
It
right?
wasn't like all of
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, I mean, if I had to vote someone off right now, it would be Rob again. Actually, I mean, before I wasn't really suspicious of him. I just kind of asked him to talk, but just the fact that like so few people voted, and the 2 people that voted, I think, are Town, and I don't know, the way that he's acting is just.
It doesn't make sense to me where between my formaling and me and you not voting for me and everything ending, and then right after me, it went right to it went on the whole hurricane of different people getting
to me.
formal. Yeah, it went to New Guy and then to Alan.
Yeah,
and then to Shindigs. I mean, like, there wasn't much opportunity for me to express myself or sort of act one way or another. And I think it's not incriminating for the guy who voted for me besides Shindigs to die, and then all of a sudden I'm instantly guilty. I don't think that's a good enough reason. That's just my 2 cents. I think also right off the bat, just bringing it right back on me rather than kind of just talking things out. I guess you are sharing your thoughts on who you think are Mafia, but I don't think right off the bat of the game, kind of after debriefing the Shindigs tornado, like that was the best thing to do. I think.
I just want to say that I also found Rob suspicious, and I was going to vote for him, but then Tim went.
So this is the issue. So this is I formal Tim. And I think other people were willing to do that, so I'm not exactly heroic for doing it. But it takes away the strength of a formal and a discussion about a person when it's just this crazy like just going off and just formaling everyone.
And that's
I think it
pretty
takes
much the only reason why I didn't vote for you. But I actually think you're suspicious now.
So why
That was the only reason I
do you
didn't vote for you.
think Phil then? Like, do we want to talk about that a little bit and just not talk about Shindigs anymore? Because
why they killed Phil?
All right, so Phil voted for Rob, right?
Phil voted for Rob.
That vote was just like out of nowhere, though. Like, why did he vote?
I mean,
Kimball said that he thought he was a safe town read.
Right.
Yeah, I called him out as like a town read.
So they could have gone off that.
I also want to say that that read on Phil, the what he read in body language is actually a read that I've had on Phil for many weeks that I've been keeping to myself because I'm afraid of Phil as a dangerous player, and that read is very, very accurate. I agree completely.
Wait, what did he do? What was the body language?
The smirking thing.
From a smirk to a full smile.
I didn't realize other people were picking up on that, but I was keeping that to myself as like a
Phil was my only town read that I had.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned that right away.
I do want to say that I have in my notes that Phil was against Mango.
I have that too. Phil is suspicious.
It was the beginning of the game.
He's always been against Mango though. Like, if you notice patterns, all the games he play, he throws something at Mango. I don't know if it's because they know each other or what is it, but
I think it's just like a respect thing. Like I suspect him too, just because he's a good player, and I don't want to lose to him essentially. And I think it's kind of the same thing back at me.
I see what you mean.
So are we looking at Rob and Mango based on what Phil did?
What?
Are we looking at Rob and Mango because of what Phil did?
We're just talking about it. I don't think we're just looking into it.
Oh yeah, we're talking
about
off what Phil, like his circumstances.
Well, Phil had to say because everyone looks to feel the same way, that he was acting down, his body language was really down. Then he died, and so whatever he said has more value than anyone else here because we know that he was down. So. We know for a certain that he wasn't lying. He might be wrong, but he wasn't lying. Everyone else says here they might be lying.
Yeah, he's not lying. He could have been wrong, but he's not lying for sure.
Also, I mean, we didn't bring this up, but if the cop found someone, they should come out.
Is there a reason why the cop shouldn't come out in this setup? Because
one kill power.
With the medic, good chance the medic is alive. No, the good chance the medic's alive, so it may be.
That's what I said last round, but no one agreed with me.
I'd rather the cop not come out.
I was there, but I would agree too. It makes sense because
unless you have 2 checks,
you got 2 checks, then
definitely
absolutely
come out.
Yeah,
that's half Mafia.
Well, do you mean 2 mafias or just check that are alive?
So even if you have 2 town checks, I mean that narrows down the
good as well.
Who you can vote off.
I would say probably 3 town.
If there's medics still alive,
I disagree with the 2 town checks.
I absolutely
disagree with 2 town checks, but I think we should. I'm sorry, we're discussing this. So if the cop is still alive, then we can discuss it out.
The cop has 2 Mafia checks and come out.
The problem with town checks is that they're gonna die, probably.
Yeah,
right?
it's guaranteed.
Because if you reveal them, one of them someone's gonna die.
Well, no.
and if you don't reveal them, there's a good chance Medic's
No,
dead, then you go to the
that could
grave
be
with
that
it.
could be an intentional strategy because if we force the Mafia to kill, like
Wasted kill on the comp, then it's going to get saved.
We don't want Mafia to kill particular town because later on when it's like 5 people, you want as much in the cop circle of trust
There's
as possible.
still 12 in the game right now. So
Right,
I don't know.
but I mean,
There's still guaranteed for Mafia as well.
Yeah, it's 4-8. It's 4-8.
Okay,
Sure.
so probably then it would be tomorrow at least. Like I think Mango's right. I think at least 2 is probably like.
I mean, I'm okay with waiting one more round too, but eventually the cops should come out.
Yeah.
And they got to be alive too.
I mean, because
if they're all dead, it kinda doesn't
otherwise, if
matter.
you wait too long, then you also run the risk of like the medic being killed, and then you have no protection, right? So
Yeah. So moving out of that combo, so setting that out for next day. Rival, what do you have to say, man? We're under the spotlight last day, being kind of quiet.
I just said that I don't think the cop should come out unless he has 2 confirmed Mafia checks.
Besides that,
what about 1?
Besides that, what do you have to say about how the game is being
2 confirmed checks and shouldn't come out unless formal, and especially if we have a formal on in Mafia.
Besides that, what do you have to say about the game? What happened?
I'm a little concerned about Eric. I think that he's being a little quiet this game. I think that when he's town, he's ultra strong. I don't care what he says about being sick. Last game he was town, and he was really strong at the end. He came on, he talked a lot.
Well, see,
a lot of pressure. Hold on. And then I'm not suspicious of Mango. I'm not sure if he has a role. I've seen him play the cop thing and see if somebody else would counter cop. But I'm not. Well, I'm saying I think he's pretty much town. I get I'm more suspicious of Breger just because of the votes, and I also was suspicious of Rob.
I'd like to respond to that. Every vote that I've thrown this game so far has been a policy vote. I policy voted Shindigs because of the way he was acting. Clearly, he was just like out of control. And I policy lynched against Jordan because he really didn't talk much and kind of coasted his way to a Mafia win. So
I can see that happening last game, but I don't think that he's being like pro Mafia this game to enough to vote him off. Especially when you're the only person that voted with Tim, which is like
I
are you
also
the only
said-
person that
I
policy
also-
lynched him because I don't see how it sees a strong Mafia read.
I also said that I thought Ryan was suspicious as well, though, based on when he came out against you with that gut read thing right at the beginning of the game after 2 people had already come out on you. So maybe that also influences vote.
That also puts Mango in the same boat, and I think Mango's more town than Mafia at this point.
I was just saying that
I
based
understand
on
what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just pointing out my reads. I think Kimball usually contributes a ton. I haven't heard him speak a whole lot. Carlton's in the back. I'm interested to hear what he has to say. And Jason with the eye has been extremely talkative, maybe because he's been drinking or it's just late at night. I honestly don't have
I die last game for not speaking.
No,
so.
I understand, Jason. I'm just saying, like, maybe you're talking a lot more because of that or because you've been drinking, you're a little bit more lively. Unctuous hasn't said a whole lot. So I don't have reads on Allen. Never have read on Allen.
Yeah.
I don't have any strong reads other than Ryan, I think's Mafia. And I think that Mango's playing a more town role than Mafia. And I'm suspicious of Rob because he's still quiet with all this pressure on him.
Yeah, I was gonna I tried to cut you off a couple times and I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Sure.
I think at this point I'm most suspicious of Rob. I mean, I was suspicious of him before, but I wanna reiterate. I said this last game too. I'm always suspicious of Rob. Like I never feel like I get like a pro town read on him, so it's like frustrating because I don't know how to read him as town. Of course, Ryan knows him better than I do by far.
What do you mean, like my pro town read? Is it? I don't understand how I've been anti-town. I think I've been very good with town. I think there's this.
I don't know how to get like a pro town read off you. You're always like, even if you're like making like subtle pro town moves, not even like super pro town, you're like kind of like small pro town moves, you still come off as Mafia to me. But you always do. So that's why it's like, I don't know how to gauge myself. I don't know whether to say this is like that, that gut feeling that I should go with, or if this is just
Another
I think
thing
that Rob generally speaks when he's under pressure, right? I mean,
Well,
that's
no,
when Rob generally
pressure's
speaks.
been under me the entire time, like since after the initial like, oh, I think there's something up with Rob, Mango said, and then Shindigs formaled me, and I kind of got a free pass on that. Let's be honest, no one was really going to question me or take it seriously the way Shindigs was handling the formal. After that, it went to the whole cycle of everyone else getting formaled, and then Phil, who was the only other person who voted against me, besides Shindigs, died. And I think it's a very, very simple level play. I can understand why that brings attention to me, though. I get why people would view that. It's not really the case, though. And I feel like I've always been at a loss because everyone just thinks that I'm Mafia.
Carlton, I want to hear about what Carlton thinks of Rob. I want to hear what Carlton thinks of Rob.
Actually, yeah, I want to hear from Rob as well.
I just want to say about Rob. Though, so for Lucas, what I don't like is that, like, besides you trying to defend yourself at the beginning of the round, this is the first time I'm hearing out of you since the beginning of this day.
Right. Circumstances haven't changed, though. Everything.
Cautious, you know what I mean?
Is it alright if I run the bathroom real quick?
Can I go back to Carlton?
Wait. I was going to say I wanted to hear from Carlton and Peter. Can I hear from Peter first, so that he can go take a piss afterward?
Right. I did a head count, or you remember the hand count I did on day one. The 4 people I'm looking at my screen right now are Kimball, Jordan, Alan, and Rob, who I believe said they wanted to vote Rybo. Based on that,
I didn't want to vote Rybo.
No, I did not want to vote Rybo.
Am I remembering this wrong?
No,
because
the thing that happened with Julian last
Am I remembering this wrong?
No, you're
remembering it wrong. Everyone just spoke at once. We need to calm down and we need to ask people. So Peter just called out a few people. I'd like to hear what you were going to vote, so that we can either verify it or not.
Here's what I was going to say. Like, based on that, which I'm apparently remembering wrong, but I don't think I'm remembering wrong because I'm fairly sure Jordan.
You are, because you didn't say my name and I was supposed to say his.
No. People that did not.
Oh.
Oh, did not.
That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
Yes. A vote on Rybo. Did not want to vote Rybo.
Yeah,
I did want to vote on Rybo.
Okay, so Alan was so I'm missing.
I wanted to vote him, but then I liked his defense, and I noted that to everyone.
It was Tim. So like I feel like my suspicion is on Jordan and Rob based on that. So if we want to vote Rob, I'm okay with it. Can I go?
Hello, Peter. I have a quick question. Is that suspicion based off of because you still think I'm Mafia, or just simply?
No, that suspicion is based on it was a contested vote.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that up before you go. Thank you.
Go P. And Carlton, I want to hear what you have to say about what Peter just said and what you think overall and what you think of Rob.
I think that Rob, when he's Mafia, gives really good defenses. Like, generally, like, he gives really good defenses. He's often quick to throw himself on the sword as a townie. Like, oh, like, go ahead. If you think I'm Mafia, go ahead and kill me. Like, so town can win. Like, he does that a lot. Like, he's very good at talking his way out of it, like, a few times. Like, I don't know if anybody else agrees on that. He has strong defense.
I said that earlier. That's exactly what I said.
Just check me then.
That's exactly what I said earlier. I
Don't
said
say check me. That doesn't.
He's saying what Rob said.
Like he's done it, like as Mafia, he's done the check me gambit where he says, "Oh, go ahead, check me next round."
Yeah,
where
when I was caught last week.
Like he's done the well, just go ahead and lynch me now. Go to the next person. Like he's done that.
Did you do that this game?
Yeah, not yet that I've seen.
I thought he did that in his defense earlier. And I said that he kind of did the same kind of defense where it was like
I haven't seen him suicide this game. I was pissed when he did it last game. I wasn't in the game, but I was pissed when he did it.
He didn't like suicide, but it was kind of like the same feel to his defense, right? Like he was like kind of like, yeah, I don't know why you're voting me, but vote me if you have to, kind of thing, right? Like he does that a lot when he's Mafia.
Okay, here's what I think.
Let me know.
Come on, just
I don't want to be viewed as I'm trying to avoid anything, so you guys can talk and then I'll say my piece.
No, wait. Okay, Rob, go ahead.
Carlton, no.
Oh, Carlton's still talking?
Carlton's still talking,
yes.
yeah.
Well, okay. I was, as far as what Peter was saying, I didn't quite follow it exactly because it shifted from Rob to Rybo back to Rob again, and I didn't quite follow that train of logic. I think I did. Like,
do you want me to repeat myself?
Part of it. Yeah, just like
now that you don't have to elaborate.
The part about like asking who said they would vote for Rybo, but I didn't hear how it related back Rob right away?
So the people that so the group there were two groups, and because Rybo was a contested vote, it was kind of like there is there is still a bit of suspicion there. So I'm just sort of like wondering. Day one, it would be safe for Mafia not to or to like split their vote, just to blend in. So what I was thinking was that the vote was contested. There was a larger group and a smaller group, and so I focused on the smaller group. So I think in that group were Kimball, Jordan, Tim, and Rob. And among those four people, I think Rob is probably Mafia. I think Jordan is possibly Mafia. Tim's dead, so we can't say anything. And the other, I don't know about the other two Mafia, but I have a feeling it's Unctus and Jason.
So, was that voting for Rybo? Is that what you said?
What I'm saying is that the vote was contested, right?
Against who?
Again, or the show of hands.
A vote.
It wasn't a
like,
official
who
vote.
was
It wasn't a
survey.
It was a survey.
The survey.
Right.
Survey.
All right, I'm gonna call a form. I'm calling a formal and Rob.
Wait, before we do that,
he said it's done. Formal defense. So I'm gonna go systematically. First, addressing Peter's point about not voting for Rybo. I said right off the bat that all of that negative attention was instantly swarming around Rybo again, and I didn't feel it was warranted. Straight up, I said exactly. It felt like Julian last game, where it was just all this negative, just like one thought, and then all of a sudden it was just all on top of him. Carlton explained to me why he thought it was a bad play, so I get it. I understand why, but I was gonna stick to my point. For number two, talking about me always falling on my sword. For that point, I did watch the second half of the Mafia Meta Show today, and it was talking about the point about ideological consistency of that. You should always just be in the position of, if you're town, defending yourself this town. And I think I did that last game. I didn't fall on a sword last game, and I think that this time I'm not doing that. I am fighting, and I'm getting all wound up about this because I'm just getting all this attention on me, and I don't know why it's founded. It turned off, like Mango had a suspicion, and then Shindigs formaled me. It just didn't make much sense to me, and ultimately now, so one of my incriminating facts is that I can make a good defense as Mafia. I mean, am I to ever make a defense again then? Because if I'm so good at making a defense while I'm Mafia, then what's the point of making a defense while I'm town? Because me defending for myself is apparently incriminating. So, you want to rescind, or do you want to have more discussions? Any questions for me?
No.
All right.
Okay.
Ready to vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rob is dead. Everyone go to sleep. And we're going to run a short break. Oh my god, my brother's aftershave or cologne or whatever that is, just like wafting through the entire house. It smells like there's a bathtub full of it. Ugh. Ah. Okay, so everyone wake up with the exception of Carlton. Carlton is dead.
Hate you guys.
Before anybody says anything, I want to kill Alan. And I want to kill Alan because I wanted to kill Alan last time because he didn't say shit.
Is that a formal or not?
We're getting there, motherfucker.
Is
Calm
there
down.
But okay, before we do that,
I want to finish what I have to say because I didn't get a chance to yesterday, and I'm pissed
Let him
about it.
talk. Let him talk. It's fine.
I want to be heard is that what Shindigs was doing was a good idea, but he did it wrong. And when Alan yesterday didn't change what he was doing all of yesterday, that like we need to not go back on the killing quiet people thing. We need to kill quiet people. I'm tired of it because Alan fucked us last game just by being quiet. He's done it before in past weeks. I'm just tired of it, and I think it was reasonable for Shindigs to have been upset about that. I don't think what he was doing was good, but I want to kill the fuck out of Alan.
Because what I'm saying is just like I don't know if I'm that certain of killing him. It just sucks that like he gets day 3 already, and I don't have anything to say about Alan. Not bad, not good, but I don't have anything.
Hey, Anxious, I want to go back to your point, but I want to ask Jason Kimball real quick.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on Alan, Jason?
No, Jason had something to say before that, did you?
Jason Kimball, yeah.
Yeah, so my name got brought up a little bit last round, and it as did, I forget, Unctious and Carlton. And Unctious and Carlton had a bit of time to talk, and it did not shift back to me. So I wanted an opportunity to talk. If now is not a good time for that, I can wait. But
now's a great time for that.
Well, I was going to say something.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Jason, then
So,
yeah.
So, I have not actually voted on a single lynch this game yet. What do we have? 3 in the first game or first day?
Did you vote for Rob yesterday?
No, I did not. I did not vote with the survey either.
Okay.
So I did not like the early accusations on Rob. I defended him a little bit, just kind of saying like what's going on. I put in a good word for Phil, which may or may not have gotten him killed. Afterwards, Brigor backed me up as like, okay, yeah, that was a solid read. Like, I'm with you on that. Brigor is also the one that was kind of being aggressive towards Rybo, if that was right. And I did not vote for Rob because I don't know. We're rushing to vote, I feel. And if that's how we're going to play, then like...
No, Unctious wasn't okay. Me. He just wanted to say what he thought, that's all.
Okay, so
Alan,
now let's talk about the cop.
Alan's turn?
Peter and
I want to ask one quick question.
Let Alan answer.
I want to ask one quick question to Alan.
Okay, go ahead.
What kind of keyboard do you have, Alan?
I have a laptop, so it's just built-in keyboard.
Is your mic in your laptop as well?
Yeah, it's a built-in in the laptop. Why?
Does your mic pick up when you're...
Just
you
Alan, type a little bit right now for us, Alan.
Are we doing a sound check? Are we really doing a sound check?
Well, okay, the reason why I'm bringing this up, right, is because actually in the first night, Alan left his mic unmuted, and I didn't hear anything, which is why I'm bringing it up. So just saying.
I don't think it's relevant.
Wait, you didn't hear anything?
Are you kidding me?
That sucks.
That's
I
actually
want to
pretty
ask
relevant.
Rybo something.
No, it's not relevant about it. It's because what he was just doing was this. I can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I talk now?
Yeah.
But,
We good?
okay.
We good?
I think
Unless
so.
you have something else, man.
One thing I wanted to add was on the pure policy lynch level. Yeah, I would lynch you right now. So.
All right, that's cool.
So I want to say, usually when I look at Alan, like obviously last game I had a bad read on him, and I'm going to offer my read this game regardless of the fact that I had a bad one last game. When Shindigs was going on his tirade, his rant, whatever you want to call it, the moment he called out Alan, Alan looked super offended. I
followed him first though.
Right. I mean, but what I'm saying is when Shindigs went on you looked super pissed, super offended, and that read very town to me. So
Of course, because he's
wanna,
fucking our discussion.
right. So I want to throw that out and just say that's how I feel. That's my read, my gut read from what I saw with Alan and Shindigs.
Alan looks like that every fucking time you call him out. If you ever say, "Hey, Alan, you're not talking," he save this game. He's always like, I can't believe you're calling me out on this. Like,
But when when I called him out last game, he was smiling and laughing. Like, maybe I'm just way thrown off on Alan reads. Maybe I'm terrible at him.
Eric.
Well, I can't
let
have
Alan
read
talk
either.
first.
Can I talk now? Fucking
Yeah,
holy
Alan's
shit! See, this is like the whole.
Yeah, would you let
anyway.
someone give Alan his defense?
Yeah, I would like to respond to Anxious.
Oh, is that a formal? There's no formal.
No.
There's no formal.
Oh, I thought there was a formal. Never mind. You can
It
keep
was
talking over
close
him.
though.
It's just
Fuck him. Get a better mic. Speak over people.
So I was just gonna note that to Anxious that I was also one of the first people to agree with Tim that what he was doing is good, that he's town, but he was not doing it the right way because it was extremely disruptive to all of us. So I get why you would that you would be like suspicious of me.
But there's no one, not even Mafia would have been like, yeah, I like what Tim's doing. This is the trick.
A lot of people didn't comment on it.
It was such an obviously bad thing. Everyone was like taken aback by it. Everyone was like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, I honestly
tried to tell him that it was good, but he should stop doing it the way he's doing. But that apparently did not.
if we want to do like a decent policy lynch, Eric has his hand up, which is funny because I was just about to call him out for being
He wants
quiet.
to talk to me.
Yeah, he's been really quiet.
Yeah.
What's
What
up,
have to say,
Eric?
Eric?
Because everybody keeps talking. I'm
What's
trying
up,
to-
Eric?
Rival, what do you think about Alan?
I gave my reads on him yesterday.
What do you have on him now?
I honestly don't know either way. I am suspicious. Like I'm not sure if I feel the same connection between Jason and Alan.
Which Jason?
Thank you.
Kimball, not Jason with an I.
Sorry.
I see a minor
That's
connection.
not how the names work.
Yeah, it's Kimball.
It's Kimball, man.
Sorry.
Kimball.
Let's say Kimball and Alan. I see like a minor connection just because like Unctious called out Alan and Kimball was like, "Whoa, let's take a step back." And he's done this in the past, but it just seemed a little suspicious because Alan hasn't really said much this game.
I think that Kimball was just thinking that he wanted to formal me like 2 seconds into the round. That's all.
So, and that's why I also asked Kimball, what were your thoughts on Alan? And I don't need them right now because I understand this conversation is about me. I've given my thoughts, Eric. I don't know if you heard them all yesterday, about everybody. So,
Jason.
Very cool.
Jason, what do you think of Rabo?
You asking me what I think of Rival?
Yeah.
First day, I was thinking he was like I said, defense was poor. I didn't think his remark about Thunder Toss dying was bad on himself. Was just naive. But then his defense was poor. After that, he hasn't talked much. Second day, I asked him out because I thought he wasn't speaking much. Then he gave like a whole speech about everyone else, and now he's just talking about something about Alan. I don't know. I don't feel he's contributed that much, but I feel that he's not a threat as much as people that are not talking, like Alan, for example.
All right. So have we
I
talked
think
about
Alan is a town read for me. I think Rabo is my strongest Mafia read.
All right. Here's
I
what's
wanna
up.
hear from Peter,
I
'cause he
feel like
was-
we've talked a lot about our feelings at this point. I'm done with it. It's time to kill Alan. We're doing this. I'm killing Alan. I'm formaling Alan.
It's
If I could
like
kill him,
Alan,
single-handedly,
formal
I
defense.
would do it.
Guys, now you have to let him talk.
Anyways, yeah, we're literally like 5-10 minutes in. I think if you really wanted to kill me as a policy lynch, you should wait because if you would only want to rush it if you're Mafia. Like this does not even make any sense. Like you
No,
could
or if
wait
you want
another
to
10.
you gotta let him talk.
If you wanted to kill me, you could wait like 10-15 minutes later when we get more reads on people, and yet you're just trying to rush it. Like that makes zero sense to me.
No, I know what Unctious is doing. Let's vote Alan.
Can I say something?
Guys,
Mango,
I've noticed the connection between Unctious and Ribo since day one.
Mango.
Okay, well, I'm town,
but
so
we're
therefore
talking. For
Unctious
now, we're
is
talking
town.
about Alan.
So I
Defend-
want to say something.
Say
If
something
there's a
about Alan.
cop and they're not coming up because they don't have a mafia check and Alan is clear, I mean, I think now's the time to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that it?
We can't allow gameplay like Alan's. We can't. It's bad.
Okay, so I just thought Unctious was cop. Just immediately. Maybe she's not now. I got a cop read like immediately. He's like, I'm gonna kill
read on
Alan.
Alan, so
He didn't want to come off, so I don't like.
There's a
Whatever,
formal on
I'm
Alan.
okay with voting on Alan
You
anyway.
guys, does anyone have anything to say about Alan, one way or the other?
I don't think Alan's as much on the chopping block for me as Peter and Mango. Peter and Mango have kind of been, like what I said last game, flying under the radar.
Keep it relative to Alan, please.
Yeah, so I think I would rather vote Mango or Peter than Alan because I don't think Alan's trying to fly under the radar. I think he's just getting talked over.
It doesn't matter whether he is or not. Here's my hierarchy for voting people off, okay? Quiet people need to get voted off first. Then we move towards like super hardcore mafia reads. That's not like confirmed mafia. That's like people that we think are mafia. And then bad town. Those last two are switchable, okay? But right now we need to kill Alan because he hasn't said shit. We gave him a full day to say something. We didn't lynch him the first night. We gave him the full day.
Unctious.
He didn't say shit.
Unctious.
Let's do it.
Unctious. All right. I'm going to say this one time. I'm going to ask you something. How confident are you that Rob was mafia?
Dude, what does that have to do with Alan,
It
though?
has everything to do with
there's four
If
left.
it's not
we're
Rob,
gonna-
it's lynch or lose.
If it's not Rob, it's lynch or
If it's not Rob,
lose.
it's lynch or
So
lose.
if we do this, do you understand how to do like how to like count, right? I don't mean that offensively. I mean
Here's
just
what I
like,
think. Okay, and I think it needs to be said. I think we need to lose a few games killing quiet people so that we can actually get real games going on so we don't get fucked by quiet people.
Let me just say this. I don't think Alan is mafia. All right? So I disagree with you. Okay?
But it's happened in the past where he's been quiet and everyone's like, oh, well, I don't have a good read on him. Oh, well, I guess he's town. Like, he hasn't really said much. I can't really get a good read. It just feels townish. Like, no, I'm done with that shit. We can't get a good read on him. You can't get a good read on him. You're an incredible player. You are. But you can't get a good read on that guy because he hasn't said anything. I refuse to believe that you have a decent read on Alan. I'm done with it.
Okay. But where's your logic in killing me now and not once the day is like more?
No.
There's more time for us to discuss.
I don't know what I have to say about you now. Like, I'm not sure you're mafia, but I'm not sure you're town as well. And that's the way all the way into the last day when you get you and someone else to pick. And then I'm fucked. So, I mean, I'd rather vote you right now.
I mean, I understand.
I think
what
we got
you're
a mafia.
doing.
Exactly. I think we got a mafia. I don't think we'll lose. I'd rather kill you right now than go to you to the last day because I won't have a read on you.
I mean, I understand why you guys are doing it. I'm just saying, why are we doing it now and not like at the end of the round when we have no one else to kill? Like, why is it being rushed?
The end of the round is when we
That's what I'm
decide it
thinking.
is.
Why isn't Kimball seen? All right,
Whatever.
Kimball, what are we gonna do?
So can we vote on Alan
Yeah,
now?
we're
Can we
voting.
vote?
Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Vote on Alan. 1, 2, 3, 4 people does not pass.
All right, I'm formally unctious.
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't vote.
I want you to talk not about killing Alan because he's quiet, but I want you to talk about your real reads.
You want my real reads right now? I think
Yes.
I think that Rob was mafia. I 100% like that is my read. I think Rob was mafia as fuck. I don't know about Ribo. Everyone was like super on his dick for a little while, and I don't think that there's like complete justification for that.
Ew.
But let's
I
keep
think-
it PG-13 in here, okay?
I think
Good show.
I think Bregor hasn't been speaking up as much as I would have liked him to, because once again, Bregor is like a difficult read. But if we're going into the quiet person thing, I think he's contributed more than Alan has, which is why I'd rather lynch Alan first. And I also think that Bregor has more to offer later on in the game. Like, I feel like Alan's late game reads aren't nearly as strong as Bregor's. I'd rather keep Bregor around than Alan. Kimball, you haven't said much either, especially since this whole, like, I want to kill Alan shit started, which I'm interested in. You've sat back, and I don't really understand why you've sat back. I don't know if you're a sheriff. I don't know what. I don't know what you are. What I think, though, is that you're not playing regular Kimball style. And that makes me a little bit suspicious. Jordan hasn't said too much either, but he said more than Alan. So I would rather lynch Alan than Jordan, but Jordan's not on my super clear list.
What are your reads on
I think
Eric?
Unctious is town, bro.
What are your reads on Eric and Peter? Eric hasn't talked much at all. He said he was sick. Peter's talked a little bit here and there and been pretty adamant when he did talk, but he's been pretty quiet the rest of the game.
Eric, I think, is nervous. I would say that he's on my lynch-worthy list.
Why is he nervous?
Do you think he's been talking and contributing more than Alan?
Hey, were you nervous?
Yes, I do. I think he's contributed more worthwhile shit than Alan has.
Here's my
because Alan got into a fight with Shindigs.
But that wasn't that wasn't like a heroic move.
Yeah.
That wasn't like.
I would not vote for Unctious personally. I'm getting a very strong town read from him, as I am from Peter and Alan.
Unctious, what do you think about Peter?
All right. Well, I'm gonna rescind. I just I wanted a minute to
I'm okay with killing Gregor. I'm okay with killing Ryan.
I'm starting to get suspicious of Ryan just because
I'm okay with killing Ryan.
he's totally under the
He
radar.
hasn't
He's
said
not saying
shit in the
anything.
past. Ryan, give us your connections, bro.
Say something about
Ryan, give us your connections the same exact way you did last game. Go.
Okay. It's going to be a little rough because some of these people are dead. But the first question I want to ask is, Unctious, that vote to Alan, how much of it was policy lynch and how much of it was I think he's Mafia?
He's saying
His Mafia looks just like his town, so it's a little bit of both. It's mostly policy lynch, but when he's not giving us anything at all, it doesn't matter because if he is Mafia, he'll get to late game and we're fucked. So
Okay.
it doesn't matter. Kill him off because he's a good kill.
I don't want
because
Ryan
he's
to deflect
necessarily
my
not.
original question.
No, I'm not
I don't want
deflecting.
Ryan-
I just wanted to ask that question so I could explain.
Okay.
I'm not deflecting. So the way that Unctious was acting at first, I thought that he was cop and trying to put the blame onto Alan in a way that he didn't explicitly come out as cop. That being said, when I saw Alan's reaction to Shindigs, I thought this reads town. So I was torn between the my two thoughts, which were Unctious feels like cop and Alan feels like town. Now, I think it's pretty clear that Unctious is not cop after what we've just seen. So I just wanted to hash that last scenario that just happened out. Second of all, I will talk about my reads so far and my ties. As I said, I do make a gut read at the beginning of every game. Rybo, you are my gut read. And I do that within the first 5 or 10 seconds of a game starting. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes it's wrong. I just like having a gut read. That being said, here are my cannot be Mafia together ties. Bill versus Mango. So at the beginning of the game, let's see, Tim was like, I have an inkling on Mango, and then Phil backed it up. And I think I honestly had it in my head, maybe Tim is doing some kind of meta play and he's with Mango. So I didn't have Tim and Mango on the versus list. I only had Phil and Mango on the versus list for that one.
Kimball defended Mango.
Huh?
Kimball defended Mango.
Okay, I'm not talking about. I'm just talking about Tim and Phil.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Tim. I have Tim versus Alan and Tim versus Jordan. Tim died right off the bat, so that doesn't really do us much good. And then I have Mango versus Rob. Rob's dead, so that doesn't do us much good. And then I have Peter versus Rob/Jordan. I don't think both Peter and Jordan are Mafia, but Rob's dead. So a lot of that stuff is tough because the two biggest cruxes I had were around Rob and Tim, and they're both dead right now. So, but that's everything that I have.
You're okay with killing Mango then?
What do you have now then? You must have something.
He's okay with killing Mango.
He's okay with killing Mango?
I mean,
Is that what you got?
Let's not get into this again because that's kind of the start of why I got lynched last game. But actually, the fact that you gave like the same kind of like
You didn't say much.
A planned out response as last game, where I had a very strong town read on you and you were town.
Right.
Leads me to believe that we should be voting out Rybo. He would be
Really?
my most suspicious person on the list.
Okay. Well, I asked Ryan because I wanted to make sure that he was town, because I was most suspicious of Ryan.
Wait, Mango, why are you suspicious of Rybo?
Yeah.
Just based off my initial suspicions of, him coming out right as the game started on Thunder Toss, which is very minor, but at that point, that was all we had to go on. And since then, he just hasn't acted pro-town to me. So
I've been trying to probe people for information. I don't know how else you want me to be pro-town.
I don't know.
Let's
so
talk
I mean,
about
so
hold on, real quick. Like, I understand you're suspicious of me. We brought up an extremely important fact yesterday, right? We said if the cop has 2 checks, they come out that are confirmed. Well,
the cop is dead, I'm assuming.
We don't know that yet because we haven't talked about it today.
I did bring it up.
He did bring it up.
Yeah.
Cop should come out already.
So
Cop should come out, no matter what happened. I mean,
so
so little people.
if I'm suspicious of Eric, Ryan, and now a little bit of Jason, I don't see how I could be Mafia if you are suspicious of me along with, like, I don't actually know who else would be suspicious of me.
I said it like since the beginning when people were asking about you, what I have to say. What I have to say, the first day, second day, I had to call you out so you could start talking. After I called you out, you talked a lot, but before that, you didn't talk much. And then today, you haven't spoken much as well.
What I brought up is I thought we're clear connections. I mean, if you think I'm not contributing to the town, that's one thing, but I am trying to be pro-town.
Well, who do you think is Mafia right now?
I already told you.
You just said Jason.
No, I think Kimball. I think Kimball and Eric.
Oh. Damn it, say Kimball, man.
And Eric.
Yeah, you gotta say Kimball.
Yeah, there's Jason and then there's Kimball.
Kimball,
Jason,
sorry. Kimball and Eric are my 2 Mafia reads.
I want to say that I also think Kimball is Mafia. He's playing very similarly to in the past when he's Mafia.
He is a little too passive for my.
Yeah, and he's like kind of wishy-washy. He's not like being directly like, here's my read, like for sure. I think it's Mafia, whatever.
So
Rybo, who did you?
I don't know. I'm
Kimball
defending people.
Eric.
And Eric.
So I mean, here's my problem with Eric. Like, I've agreed with him on most of his reads. Like, him thinking Alan was town. So I can't imagine that. I guess Eric could be Mafia.
If Alan and Eric are in,
what about Jason?
My problem with Eric is that, like, the way he just spoke up after asking. I have a problem with people that only speak up after asking the person. Then the person, oh, sure, I have a list of things to say. Like, why don't you use that information to ask people questions or share that information when we're discussing something, and then you can use that. Like, people that don't speak up but have good information when we ask them is really suspicious to me. It sounds like people that just gather information whenever they ask something instead of contributing down.
Okay.
So I think you talked about me being pro or not playing pro town. Like, you piggyback on everybody else on trying to kill people, which makes me also suspicious of you. So,
Who, me?
No, Jason with an I.
Yeah.
Me? Who did I try to kill?
Oh, I mean, Kimball, you want to say anything?
Yeah. So first of all, I've been supporting Rybo since early on. Actually, I defended him pretty early on, and I defended Alan in the like we shouldn't vote for him just because thing. Just recently, I think I've also been I supported Phil early on too. I think the not voting for Alan is pretty pro-town because like that was possibly Lynch or lose, and I think like if I had voted, it would have been Lynch. So if I was Mafia, like I would have just voted him off and gone with everyone else.
Unless he's Mafia too.
No, I feel like he's Mafia because he can keep me around and throw suspicion on me whenever he wants.
What I'm saying is, if Alan was Mafia and you were Mafia too, and it looked like it was like, you wouldn't have voted for him.
But okay, here's the thing. A lot of people have been supporting Alan, and you yourself were even saying it's more of a policy Lynch than
No.
think
Yeah,
he's
but I still think the thing is, there's no way anybody can be supporting Alan at this point. He hasn't said anything worthwhile. There's no way that you can think he's a town.
I can have a town read. I'm allowed to have reads. Okay, they don't have to agree with yours.
Okay.
So I've been sitting back a lot. I've been having a lot of trouble with like everyone cutting out, and like I don't get video. I get stills with sound, and I'm trying the best that I can but it's gotten like occasionally it's better, and it's been worse for a while. So I have just been sitting back and trying to listen as much as I can. My biggest suspicion the entire game has been Brigor. Just his early aggressiveness and then his lack of other contributions. And I know I defended Mango early on as well. And I haven't really changed my verdict, but I wouldn't necessarily support him as well. I thought Unctuous was maybe Mafia too. Everyone seems to have jumped to his, because he was so adamant on Alan. I thought it was just policy lynch, easy kill. But everyone else seems to think that he's Town.
And now I'm even more suspicious of Kimball because
we also need to mention that Jordan hasn't been speaking either.
Yeah, I've kind of waited for Jason to
finish
share
first.
his
Let me finish.
Go
And then
ahead,
you
go
go.
ahead.
I'm more suspicious of Kimball now because it seems like he's trying to get people who I thought were Town on his side, like Mango and Ryan, whereas someone like Unctuous, who I also thought was Town, he's calling it Mafia, even though I have a Town read on him.
But okay, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, I've been supporting these guys throughout I supported Mango early. I've been supporting Rybo, like, as needed throughout the game. Mostly day one. I haven't, and a little bit day two. Like, me reiterating my support from earlier doesn't mean I'm trying to sway you by suddenly taking support.
I'm just having my read. I think that you're just trying to get people on your side and then killing somebody who's not Mafia. That's all.
I want to state the obvious, and there's 10 people left. If we were wrong on, what was it, Tim and Rob?
Tim and Rob.
I think Tim is definitely wrong. but I
Then
think
this
Tim
is
I don't think Tim was.
if we miss lynch,
No,
we lose.
Tim wasn't Mafia.
I don't think Rob was
the
Mafia.
best Town move is actually to go to sleep. Just bring that up.
Because then it's 4 to 5.
We think that the sheriff's probably dead, is what was kind of what a couple people said anyway. And do you want to take that risk? Because if the sheriff's dead, then a Mafia dies, and doesn't really matter. Especially now that we can't vote on Alan anyway. So, like,
it just narrows down our random guessing.
There's still a.
Do you really think
chance
that Rob was
the-
in Mafia though? Like,
So there's still a chance that the medic is still alive, right? We're saying the cop is dead because he's not coming out. So if the medic is still alive, right? If we go another night and sleep, right? There's a chance that the medic can save, and that will provide us extra information. And just that on itself is worth going to sleep.
Hold on.
Because it's
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you say that
Are you
again
saying-
about the medic?
Are you saying we should gamble that the medic protects someone?
1 out of 9?
No.
Not
So
happening.
what I'm saying is miss lynch or lose anyway, right? So in my mind, it's always the best move, even
When
if
there's
we
no
gain
cop.
no new information, right?
When there's no cop, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but we have ultra. No, Mango, don't deflect right now, dude. I mean, I don't know who else agrees with me about Kimball, but I am ultra suspicious. And the fact that when I mentioned him earlier, and you read Jason
I
with
will.
an I,
I will call the
and now-
formal. I will call the formal on Kimball myself next round. I'm just
I
saying.
agree
it's the
with
best,
what Mango is saying.
It's the
because-
best move for Town not to risk it, because if we were wrong on Rob, right? Because everyone thinks Shindig was Town. If we're wrong
I think
on
Singh
Rob,
was down. I think
it's
you're right.
miss lynch or lose.
Yeah, we can sleep but we can't miss lynch.
Well,
Yeah, like sleep's gonna eliminate a potential miss lynch.
We get 10%.
But it might not gain us anything, but it's gonna eliminate a
Not
possible
gonna-
miss lynch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
And what I'm
nothing
saying
against
is,
that.
even if there's nothing to gain, right? There's a chance the medic is alive, and even though it's a small chance, the medic could save someone.
Yeah,
so
it's
I'm not
9
gambling anything.
9%.
I'm saying I'm saying it's still something.
I see your point.
I think
Still
there-
something.
Okay.
Even if the cop is still like just trying to really stay quiet, even though everyone said come out, that's another check. So
I think there
I'm for
is something
sleeping.
to
I don't
gain.
give a fuck anymore. Let's do it. Let's sleep.
There's something to gain that you won't.
Are we sleeping?
More
go
possibility.
sleeping.
All right, vote to sleep on 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay, that's more than enough to pass. Everyone go to sleep, and in your spare time, you should read the fanfic of Mafia with the 2 Ryans that's on r/Koibu.
I am not a piece of meat. I want to repeat that. I
You
am
should
not
take a
piece
look
of meat.
and read it. It's very different.
I saw the first paragraph and
I haven't read it. Where's it at?
It's reddit.com/r/Koibu. It's near the top. It's
Pro
called.
tip, don't wipe it on your t-shirt. It's just a mess.
I'm upvoting that.
Anyway, just upvote it and read it. It's great. Meanwhile, Mafia and Medic and Cop, you all know what to do.
This is gold.